Hi friends, it's Amy. Welcome to my bookish life. Today I want to do the flip through for quarter 4 and the final flip through for my 2022 reading journal. So let's get to it. So the fourth quarter is October, November, and December. So here we have my October cover page. I went with the spider theme just because I needed something simple, and how simple is it to draw a cute little spider? Look at that guy. He's so cute. And I liked how it turned out. My October stats. In October, I went from 428 YouTube subscribers to 560. This is definitely one of the highlights of my year, is reaching 500 subscribers on YouTube. It largely had a lot to do with Catch-a-Thon, and it was just great. It was great. I really liked doing different things with the spider as I was going through and drawing cobwebs and spiders. Some of my spiders look a little bit like an ants, and it bugs me a little bit. But you know what? It's okay. I loved my Catch-a-Thon spread. I thought it turned out really neat with each of the items labeled and what I was going to read for them. I read so many great books during the month of October. I absolutely loved it. So here's my books read page. I did add a little pumpkin just because I couldn't resist, and some of my cobwebs look a little honky. This is one that I think looks a little bit like an eight-legged ant, and I'm gonna be okay with it. I've decided. This is the Fall into Reading Bingo Challenge. I had a spread done back in September, and I redid it because I absolutely hated what it looked like. And then I still made a mistake and made too many boxes. So I labeled September, October, and November. I do have something for all of the boxes, but I think I'm cheating a little bit with a sci-fi just because she wouldn't change a thing. Has time travel in it, so that's why I said sci-fi, but it's not really scientific time travel, so it's a little bit cheating. However, it was really fun. It was really fun to compete, or not to compete. It was really fun to participate in the challenge, and I had a great time. So thank you, Rainy Day Reading and Crafting, Cozy Reader Kelly, and Literary Labors, Angie, for putting on the Fall into Reading Challenge. It was a lot of fun to fall into reading. Then my hauls and recommended. I went a little crazy on hauls because there were a couple used book sales in October that I got the opportunity to go to, and that was great. I actually remembered to put a lot of my recommended reads in. However, you can see I didn't remember why they were recommended to me. The Life We Bury, I still can't remember who recommended that, who was raving about it, but it was somebody that made it sound super good, and I just could not help but put it on my list. So yeah. My Tic Tac TBR, I was successful, very proud of myself. It was pretty easy because of the Catch-a-Thon. I just read a lot of books. I was proud of myself. So here is the flip through of the books that I read. You're not going to see a ton of illustrations here, but I'm kind of excited about the colors. So here you go. There's my one illustration that I needed to label as scissors. Oh, man. And then we're going to move on to November. I was so proud of this border. Just absolutely thrilled with myself. I went with a coffee, tea, and books theme because cozy reading, curling up with a hot beverage and books just sounded super great to me at the moment. So I love my B in November. I'm just really proud of it, and I don't have anything else to say about that. My stats page is very plain and boring, but for my TBR, I love how I put little coffee beans to mark which books I wanted to read, and I love my tea bag there. It's actually the tag of the tea bag. It's not the actual tea part, and my amazing TBR where I was successful. Here's my books read spread. I love this shelf. I'm so proud of it. Like, there's just a lot of things that I'm proud of in these spreads, and they're really not great, but I'm very proud of them anyway. My hauled and recommended, I really don't know that this is complete. I'm not gonna lie, but it's more complete than what you will see in December. Tic Tac TBR, I was not successful. I did miss a banned book, but I played Tic Tac TBR every month in 2022, and it was so much fun. So thank you to Ruby Red for coming up with Tic Tac TBR and the layout. It was just so much fun to make myself a tic tac toe board every month and do that. I am continuing it in 2023 just because it's a lot of fun. So there you go. Here is my flip through of the books that I read in November. And because I was so proud of my border, I needed to do another border because I just had a whole bunch of room. So I did another border and another mug with coffee to end out the month of November. December, I was so stinking proud of this theme too. I love ornaments. I don't love decorating my tree, but I love ornaments. I think they're so beautiful and creative and wonderful. So I thought ornament baubles would be perfect for the month of December. And I hadn't done the dotted letters in a long time, so I thought that would be really fun to do as well. So here I had so much fun coming up with different things to put on my baubles. So I had my Grinchy guy here, the stars, and plain colors. I really was so proud of myself coming up with the R at a crooked angle in TBR. It was just, I had a lot of fun. So much fun. Here is my books read. I really read a lot of books. A lot of them were a lot of novellas, a lot of short books, which is fine. But that's why it seems like there's a lot of them. I just really had a great reading month. I was very mood ready in my reading, and I just went with it. I loved all the different patterns I chose there for the baubles. I went a little crazy with the bauble ornaments. Is that what they're called? I keep on calling them that, but I don't know if it is. Here's my incomplete hauled and recommended page. I don't want to say that I'm not going to do it next year because I feel like it's a really good place for me to put books that I've actually purchased in my journal, and I really want to keep doing that. And I do still want to do this too. So I'm going to keep trying for a little while, see if it's something that I can keep doing or if it's just something that's going to go to the wayside. But again, so much fun creating these ornaments. And I was successful with Tic Tac TBR. I absolutely forgot about it this month, but I went back and actually checked when I was doing all of my wrap-up stuff, and I had something for all of my tic-tac-toe spots. So I was really just very proud of myself. So yeah. And then here is the flip through of the books that I read in December. And that is it. The only thing that I'm going to be adding is my best of 2022. Back to the beginning. You'll see my cover page, my 2022. I just love how this turned out. I just think it looks so pretty. And then my future log, I did do the same thing in my new journal to keep track of my ARCs, and I actually called it ARC log instead of future log. My goals, I am stinking proud of how I did with my goals. I did read 24 nonfiction. I did read 12 graphic novels. I read 12 novels in verse by the skin of my teeth on that one. And I did read 8 book of the months. In fact, I read more than 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I read 13 book of the months. So proud of myself. But this one, not so great. Not so great on the Kindle backlog. So that is definitely still a goal for me in 2023. Nonfiction I kept as a goal. My graphic novel, novels in verse, I didn't really leave them as a goal per se, but I still want to try to read one per month. And yeah, my 20 and 22, I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 out of the 20, which is more than half. I'm pretty excited about that. I still want to read all of them that I didn't get to, so we will see what happens in 2023. And for my reading stats, now here's the thing. I've been a little bit stressed out about this because my reading stats according to my journal and my reading stats according to Goodreads are really wrong. In terms of the number of books I read, not even in like page number I would totally expect, but the number of books I read, no sir. But anyway, I've decided not to stress out about it. So here are my reading stats all filled out for 2022. I read a total of 65,312 pages. I read 141 books that I own. I read 68 books that were published in 2022. So they were brand new, and 37 that were published in 2021. I don't know why I decided to consciously mark 2021 instead of backlist. But that is something that I'm going to do in 2023 instead. I had a total of 80 5-star books, 106 4-star books, and 36 3-star books, 2 2-star books or lower. And I did not put on my reading stats page the total number of books that I read, which is 218. 222 according to Goodreads. I don't know. Buzzword and Read Your Bookshelves challenges. I did complete both of these challenges. These are the books that I read for Book Talk After Dark. Oh, I didn't fill out Hamnet. That's okay. Silent Book Club themes for the year, not necessarily a challenge. So here's my genre totals. I labeled one book as classics, and I think that that's very wrong, because I read a bunch of Little House on the Prairie, which I would consider classics. So I don't really know. This year, my cozy mysteries were not a lot of my total, which is great. I had 41 contemporary realistic fiction, 33 historical fiction, 28 cozy, 28 cozy mystery, and 28 thriller or general mystery, 5 science fiction, and 40 fantasy, 16 romance, including romantic comedies, and then 15 of my nonfiction were informational, 7 were memoirs, and 3 were biographies. This number is very exciting to me because I feel like I'm usually more, when it comes to nonfiction, I feel like I'm more in the memoir category, but turns out I was more in the informational category, and I love it. My Books and Pixels page, I like how it looks. I don't love it, but I think it's cool to see which book, how many books I read in each month, and to see them in kind of a pixelated format. I think it's kind of fun. But there you have it. So that is my reading journal. I hope that you enjoyed these videos about my reading journal. It's been really fun to share them. I would love to hear your ideas for themes as well. Themes that are very easy to do. That is very key. The theme must be easy to draw and complete. So send me your easy theme ideas. I need them. That's all I have for this video. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. You're finding something wonderful to read. And until next time, happy reading. Bye.